What's up, guys? We're back for another episode of Barbells and Banter. And today, I got a little bit upset. I went on a bit of a rant, about a 20-minute rant, on the industry itself and how it's failing you guys as the consumers when it comes to physique development. So we spoke about the problems that I'm seeing in the space, the physique building space, when it comes to the messaging around what it takes to build your physique, and then how to lay a good foundation to open up the gates to build a physique that you're happy with, and honestly, just unlock your potential. So go into absolutely everything in terms of messaging, training, mentality, the full works. If this is your first time listening, we hope you enjoy the episode. We know you're going to, though. So if you love it, get to the end, hit that share, like, follow button, show our support. If you're a repeat listener, please, it does a lot to get the message out to other people like yourself. Show your support, hit that follow, that share, that like button. All right, won't hold you up. Let's get to the episode. When was the last time I am not getting used to this recording frequency.
Still Fortnite.
It feels forever.
No, we are live every week.
I don't see you as often. I don't speak to you as often. I think that's probably
Yeah, even Tam's like this morning. He's like, I feel like we haven't talked for ages. I'm like, dude, we spent 3 hours together on Wednesday just on the computer.
It's been a rough week too.
It's been a big week. It's been a big week.
Yeah.
It was a footy show thing. It's been a big week in football. It's been a big week.
Yeah. Have you seen the new YouTube video that's dropped live on our YouTube channel? So you can go check it out, guys, if you haven't seen it.
Chest session, is it?
No, the triceps one.
Triceps.
Yeah.
It's all dips.
Yeah. Did you try something new this time, Tim? It looks real good. Yeah. Oh, you know what? You did this really well. He captured the funny bits and edited them really well together. Even I was laughing at myself.
Yeah. It's a good sign.
Yeah. When I dropped the handles, when I dropped the handle, I thought he would cut that out. And then he just left it in there. It's me fumbling myself and just laughing and shit. It was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, young. Well done, sir. The YouTube content's just going to another level.
Yeah. Even the back video, I watched that one back, obviously, because I'm in it.
Yeah. Of course.
The cuts and stuff are elite. Yeah, that was
I saw
unfortunate.
You tried so hard to take the eye of the tiger out of the background, because even whilst we were filming, he's like, all right, so we're fucked now. So if the tiger is on, it's just like YouTube's just going to tank this video. And then, there's about 30 seconds where you can kind of just hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking funny. Only because it's just like normal gym volume, and then it's just my voice.
Yeah.
And
just like
silent.
ringing in the back.
Like, I am tired. Yeah.
It's good.
You only know if you know.
What's out this week?
It's the triceps this week. It just dropped.
Yeah.
We would have dropped 2 weeks ago. Biceps would have dropped last week. Biceps.
Nice.
And then we'll be back to. We're gonna do quads. We're gonna do quads and calves.
Oh, nice.
So quads, calves, and then we'll be back on the workout stuff, and then
I feel like maybe you should probably do that video too.
The quads and the Look, if we're gonna pick the 5 out of the 5 of us to do quads and calves,
sure it's you and Mimi. Yeah,
Mimi and I are taking care of that one. I might have to shave my legs. But yeah. I think we've
definitely
got
won't be no disrespect to Jess, but
yeah,
long femur squad will not be
you
showing
guys
up for that video.
You guys can do the posterior day. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I've Adrian and I have just agreed to train legs on Thursdays.
How's that going?
Dude, it is excruciating, but it is super fun.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah, and it just made me realize you actually do have
another gear.
Yeah, but it's a gear you don't get access to without a training partner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's you have 5 gears, your manual's got 5 gears.
Yeah.
And then if you come to the gym with me, all of a sudden a 6th gear is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was just so many times.
The Fast and Furious effect. You just push the throttle further.
More NOS. It becomes a 10-second car. Yeah, it's true though, man. There was just there's so many times you're just I might not get back up. So I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "Yep, 2 more."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yes, boss.
Yeah. And then just good spotter as well. Good spotting is you can't feel them helping it. They just kind of guide along. So it's been brutal.
It's back in the golden days, mate. You and I are training, going home with the ice bags.
Yeah.
In the bath.
Yeah, it's
like fucking idiots.
Just blunting our recovery and our anabolic stimulus post-workout.
Yeah. Yeah. Skinny natty boys. Yeah. No idea what they're doing.
Yeah. I had that conversation with someone the other day, actually, about the ice bath. Do many of your clients ice bath or anything?
No.
Yeah. I
One of my clients did heaps, but
Yeah.
when she was living in the Gold Coast, and I think now moved back to Melbourne.
Yeah, it was too cold.
Not so much.
That's what it's fucking 3 degrees this morning.
Yeah,
Just get out of bed.
It's probably an access thing, but yeah.
I walk my dog every morning. That's my ice bath.
Yeah, my living room's 1 degree. It's fine.
There was ice on the road today.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But yeah, I know some people get some positive benefit out of it. We've spoken about it heaps of times, but
There's definitely psychological
I don't like to
benefit.
be the dude that just shits on the thing.
Yeah.
But I was just like,
Yeah.
just don't do it on
all the time.
after you train.
There's definitely a psychological benefit of doing hard shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
yeah, I don't know. I feel
the
like
rest
the
of the
jury.
claims are
I feel like
probably-
the jury's still out on the perceived claim, like health benefits that you get. I think the jury's still out on that. And then like from a training perspective, like reducing the autoimmune or the
response.
autoimmune. Reducing the immune response post training is actually not the thing you want to do. So because your protein synthesis is like stimulated by the inflammation that happens post training. Anyway.
Yeah. My understanding is like if you want to do repeat bout stuff, so like if you're an athlete and it's got a carnival and you have to perform again the next day, ice bars, like test
That's
cricket,
probably why they
for
do it in the
example.
NBA and stuff as well. Like,
Yeah,
'cause they've got to
real
do the
short
back-to-backs,
turnarounds. But
back-to-backs, yeah.
if you're doing that consistently long term, like you play, say, basketball, like cricket's obviously 5 days back to back. Like if you're in that environment and you have to perform again soon, it will reduce the inflammation, reduce soreness, and allow you to get back quicker. But long term, you're not addressing.
Yeah, and let's be real, like in all those sports, like no one's caring about your post-workout
Anabolism. No.
protein synthesis
Yeah,
rate.
yeah.
You
No,
know, like
yes.
so. There's other areas where it's definitely going to have benefits, just like in our.
But even in those
bubble.
sports, like say if you got a cork or like a little niggle that's like maybe a tear, but it's probably not. It's just like a little strain or something like that. There's an argument to say that you don't want to introduce the ice
because it'll blunt the inflammation
the recovery's
response, and
not
that's
be as good.
Yeah, so usually when there's inflammation, and then that triggers an immune response, and then all these little immune things that I don't know the name of come to the area to heal it.
Yeah.
These immunocytes, I'll call them to sound smart. Cytokines, I don't know, something smart, biology. Yeah, so anyway, how'd we get here? Oh yeah, the leg day. But yeah, it's like, bro, it's I was just like, I said to him, like, could we have just done this on a workout that's not my legs? Because I don't need bigger legs.
Yeah.
But like,
train
just
anything else
progressively just getting wider.
Yeah.
Everything's just getting like fucking
tighter.
I mean, I'm obviously very heavy at the moment too.
Yeah.
But I was just like, couldn't we have just like done arm day or back day or
Yeah.
But anyway, it's been really fun. And yeah, Liana's been coming too. We've been like just testing her squats and shit.
Nice.
Like having the spots and that spotter there. So
Yeah.
She hit 142 in her warm up, and then she missed her single at 150, but it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's just cool when like someone strong is like lifting and like it kind of stops the gym a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of one of those moments. It was fucking cool to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a freak, man.
Yeah. So fucking strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the single leg hack press. It's like.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like 2.5 plates per side.
Yeah.
And there's like people
Leg pressing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. People.
Yeah.
Raise his hand.
And she goes, like, when I spotted her for it, and she was like killing herself, and then she's like, probably could have got 2 more. I'm like, you're a monster. Yeah, I'm dying on the swing squat. She goes, it was too easy. Oh, bro, you know what she says to me? It's hilarious. Not hilarious. I got really offended. But so we're warming up, and we're talking about I can't remember how unfit I am, and I'm snoring at the moment because I'm just thick neck and too fat. And she's like, "Oh, really?" She's like, "You don't look that big." And I was like, "Sorry, what?" She's like, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go play in the traffic.
Yeah.
See you guys later. It's nice meeting you." She's like, "No, she's like, I don't mean it like that." And I was like, I don't care.
Like, you've said it.
You've said it, bro.
You said those words.
You said
it's over now.
You said that sentence to me. My life has no meaning. So just like held on to it the whole time.
Yeah.
So it was pretty funny.
Yeah, did you get extra reps though?
Look, might push a little hard. It's like, I'm gonna bury your fucking husband now, all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't look big enough. All right. How much does he want?
Let's go.
So yeah. Anyway. Are you back in the swing of things with training?
Sort of.
You got crook, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm just taking my hat off. It's goddamn hot in here.
I went for the beanie and I'm regretting my
Yeah,
choice.
I'm going to have to strip down. I wanted to put this on for one episode.
Yeah.
Then take it off, but...
I like the fit.
Boys, 100 kegs.
I like the fit.
And I'm getting hot.
Training's mid. Because I had the 4 weeks off and then the standard come back for a week, get sick, have another week basically off.
I am mobility, by the way.
Yeah, I'm impressed. You did well.
Thank you.
Yeah. You got it off. You didn't have to take the headset off.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That would have been like
it could have got
over the top.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating.
That's hard work.
I'm sweating.
So this week's been okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you feel like you got that momentum back now?
No.
Nah.
I feel like it's putting the things in place this week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you feel like you've won, Ben?
Yeah, I won the week.
Yeah. That's it. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Just like
As you said,
that.
it's been a fucking nightmare of a week too. So
Yeah. But if you win the gym, I like the...
Yeah.
Just like, if I can get my 4 workouts in after a week of being sick or whatever, I'm like, we're fucking back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that. Us or...
also been a week. So,
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I spoke about on the pod, like the AI thing being like, you can't.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna. You don't have the time available to execute the task that you're trying to blah 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 for the goals. And I was like, okay, what do I need to do? And it was like, you need to wait, because I put that in, like time with my family and all that kind of shit.
Need to not have a family.
Yeah, basically. And it was like, you can't. I was like, I'm starting Muay Thai next week.
Yeah.
These are the hours. But I was like, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I want to do that.
Yeah.
So you can't do that.
The hardest part with that stuff is it's at a time.
Yeah.
But that's where like we do so well with the gym is like you go 4 a.m. if you need to.
Yeah.
You know, or you can go at 10 p.m. at night. Like the classes at the times, and it's not like you can just rock up to the gym and be like, train me now. Like,
class runs now because I'm here. Let's go.
Like, let's go.
Yeah. And then also it's middle of the day, so it's like,
yeah.
I could look into PM classes maybe, but I'm worried if I do something like that at 7:30, my sleep's gonna be
stimulated.
To 11.
Yeah, I can't do it, man. If I train after like 4 p.m., I'm just like wired. You know, not in a good way. Like I can't do anything.
Yeah, not
but
useful.
I'm just awake.
Just awake.
Yeah, like Thursdays.
Just useful quickly.
Productivity on Thursday is horrendous.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure that every important task is done by Thursday, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Because I'm fucking useless. Like
Standout PET Q&A is my favourite assessment of the week of where the boys are at.
Yeah.
Just like who has nailed the caffeine timing or the week or what? Just like...
Yeah, who's going to take the torch?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like, it's always like a question and there'll be like a slight, but like a bit of silence. Who's going to do it?
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. So I have, anything else you want to talk about? Life updates, anything?
Nah. Do it in the next episode. It's been too long.
Yeah, I've got almost a podcast for the industry.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've been doing some thinking, and I've been doing a lot of consulting as well, and I'm just seeing the same habits kind of pop up across the board, and I'm like, well, the current state of the industry is responsible for what I've been seeing, and I know we're going to sound old, and we're going to be those guys, and we talk about it a lot about what we think would be the best way to train and the best way to get results and the foundation that we believe you need to build. But I think because now we live in an age where everyone has a microphone, access to information is like, there in abundance. I'm just starting to see the same thing over and over again, which is like the marketing industry is actually just too good. Marketing in social media, marketing in fitness is now too good.
Yep.
To the point where we're actually losing sight of the main reasons we got into the industry, and that's to help people. So I believe that certain brands, certain people, certain influencers are now just getting too good at their marketing that they're not actually marketing you getting results anymore. They're just marketing that like this particular video is the best video you should watch.
Yeah.
And you should just believe the thing that I believe in this video. Because what's happening is we have a generation of people coming through that are not strong, don't move well, have an obsession with machines, don't know how to squat in free space, don't know how to move in free space, think they can biohack everything, they don't have to train hard, and they can shortcut the time that it takes to build a physique, and then obviously with the people that I consult with, they then fill that void of all of those things that I just spoke about with using excessive amounts of steroids, that you look at them and you're like, you either use an olive oil or, like something's going wrong. Like you should be, your progress should be, exponential. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, and I'm just like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
Like why, how have we gotten here? Mm. But it's because you can shortcut everything now. Yeah. Like you can offset. You can send the message that you can shortcut everything. Like if you're 20 kilos heavier, right? And then you do something right now that you like, you can send the message that this particular exercise is what you've done to help you get the 20 kilos on. Yeah. And it's like, no, that's not. Yeah. We've always said it's like, that's not good marketing. Yeah. So yeah. And
do you struggle at all with this is something that I grapple with a little bit. How I coach, program, teach, educate is getting further away from what I do, because who I coach, educate isn't where I'm at.
Explain that.
So we spent forever, the first 10 years of our career, teaching what we were doing because we were teaching people a year or two behind us.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're teaching people 10 years behind that have
it's way harder.
More time, more flexibility, less proficiency, less baseline of strength, less all the things that we've built over time. Mm. So when I write a program for me, it's not going to look like a program that I write for a client. Yeah. And I look at a lot of my clients' programs, I'm like, that would destroy me or break me or whatever.
Yeah. There's a lot of more moving parts. Like the profiling is super important.
Yeah, I think I just find it like to go out and be like, I'm already strong, so I don't use the barbell every workout. Yeah. But you're weak, so you should. Like that, it feels a bit weird to go out and say that when it's like a majority of my training is machine-based now.
Yeah, I get it.
Because of a time commitment, recovery, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a challenge.
Yeah, I get it.
I can see why someone that's at my stage of the career would be like, no, man, just single leg press on the pin loaded, man. My quad's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't struggle with it that much, I guess, because I'm just like, this is what you need. So I just go, this is where you're at. I think because I've created very distinct considerations for where people are on the exercise timeline. Yeah. So there's a slide in the physique programming unit where I'm like, beginner, intermediate, advanced, exercise selection, main objectives, and I can't remember what the other volume considerations. So I'm real clear on if you're a beginner, you probably do a little bit more volume. You can do a little bit less. If you've come from an athletic background, you've got good technique, you probably don't need as much volume. If you have no sporting or coordination, probably going to need a little bit more practice. Yep. Not as many complex movements, more isolation, and then you flip it as you go. And the objective there is skill, really, learn how to lift. You're gonna get big and strong no matter what. Yeah. That's just going to be the byproduct of learning how to move properly. Yeah. And then you've got an intermediate lifter. It's you're still weak, in terms of the standards of strength. Yeah. So it's you've got to get strong, and you still have to refine how you move in space. Without assistance. Yeah. Right. So you should be able to put a barbell on your back. You should be able to bend over and pull a weight towards you. You should be able to pick something off the ground. You should be able to move forward and backwards, with something, holding something or whatever. And you should be able to lift at a certain standard, in terms of strength and stuff. And then you're going to look at that physique and go, okay, I'm starting to see some gaps that those we call them like shotgun blast,
Yeah.
covers a large surface area exercise, compounded, aren't going to be able to fulfill. So then you're like, well, let's start adding these isolation movements to enhance the look.
Yeah.
And then the volume consideration there is like, you can do a lot.
Yeah.
Like you can do a lot of volume because you're not strong yet.
Yeah.
And usually if you're an intermediate lifter, you're doing the things outside of the gym that allow you to recover more to a larger training volume.
Yeah.
Then there becomes a point where you get strong, you get big, and you can't train with lots and lots of free weighted exercises because you probably train by yourself.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. There's too much stress on like your connective tissue. Maybe your body mechanics don't entirely fit for the loads that you're lifting and you just feel a bit beat up. So you move towards like machines and you move towards like fixed range movements.
Yeah.
And that's where like if you're that athlete but you run a business in fitness, you're marketing that how you trained then.
Yeah.
And because you're fucking huge.
Yeah.
And you look fantastic, people look at that and they go, that's the reason you look that way.
Correct. Yeah. That's I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel like I'm in that advanced phase in my training. Yeah. So it's like I don't want don't come and do leg day with me or come and do back day with me in my content.
Yeah.
I need to tell you what you need to do at your early intermediate phase to get to top end intermediate and be into advanced and stuff. So it's, I guess it's just like not playing devil's advocate, but just like I have noticed that disconnect in my own head.
Yeah.
But like if I'm going to put out content about this, like I post 2 reels a week about SBD.
Yeah.
I don't SBD. It just feels like a bit
weird. There's no...
I've got the comp videos I can fucking show you.
Yeah.
Like I lifted heavyweight, but it's, you know what I mean?
There's no distinct call out here. I'm just like, we're all either accidentally or purposefully getting so good at marketing that we're actually doing
disservice.
The follower base, our consumer base, a disservice.
Yeah.
Because people are going, well, what the fuck do I do? Like, I've put here, like, we've been told not to train to failure, and we have a body of work of people who are the biggest humans on the planet who train to failure, who have. So now you're like, if you come into the gym, you're like, oh, was that 4 reps in reserve? 1. Like, I've almost got to the point now with my guys, I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, just lift more than last
I'm
week.
like, why put a ceiling on what you think you can do when we all most likely in a clinical setting, in the right environment, with the right people around us, the right approach, would exponentially do more. So I'm like, you know what, man? Just go for it. Just do it safely. Like, you pick your movements where you kind of bury someone and, but then there's the people that are like, oh, but if I do that, like, then I'm going to get too fatigued. And I'm like, what does that even fucking mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm too fatigued to do what?
Yeah.
We spoke about it in the tricep video. I was like, I'm training arms every day at the moment. And Mimi was like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, my cousin's a diesel mechanic. And he'll break your hand if he shakes it.
Yeah.
His forearm is fucking huge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this dude just
does that
on the wrench all day. And I'm like, do you think he comes to work and goes, I can't
need a deload.
I can't use the
Sorry,
wrench.
boss, need a deload this week.
Just put me on the forklift or whatever the fuck else is in the shop. Can't be using the wrench today.
I'm doing test drives this week.
Need a deload. Like it just doesn't work like that. So then so what's happened is his forearms are just fucking massive. And strong. Even that guy that we did the kettlebell workshop with years ago, and I was like, how do you get calves like that? And he's like, just be fat and walk with a bag like
a backpack
uphill to school every day.
So move to Gisborne and get a pram.
I can confirm that works, guys. So I'm like, that also becomes fatiguing, like confusing. Like we're just getting to a point where we're like over analyzing the things that are almost just getting in the way of us just like getting after it and having a fucking crack, Like I've even seen content now where people are like, oh, probably should do your bicep curls like seated because, you got axial fatigue from standing. And
Lordy,
if you sit, you don't have that axial fatigue and you'll be able to get more of a stimulus in your biceps. Like, granted, you will probably isolate your biceps a tiny bit more, but you can fucking stand, man. Like, that's
How
not
systemically weak do you have to be to not be able to overcome 17 kilo curls?
absolutely. And I'm like, where?
Like, come on.
And what's the long term kind of net gain for that?
Yeah, and like it's like you said, like we spoke about it with steps the other week. Like you were like, if I trained and went to work and had to walk for my job,
yeah,
I'm not gonna not work. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's like, if you have to get your output out when you get your output out, who cares? That's crazy, man. So just sit down when you do your bicep curls, so it's less fatiguing.
Yeah. And
the least fatiguing exercise on your fucking program.
Absolutely.
It's literally just like hinge.
Next thing you know, people are going to be sitting down to do the cable press down. So we'll put the cable and we'll sit on the bench. And
I'm going to do some groceries tonight, and I'll need like 3 things. I'm getting a trolley because carrying a basket will be too much.
Hey, that's
anti-rotation and actual load.
That's going to affect your gains.
Far
for the next
too
workout.
fatiguing.
Yeah, I just think we're. And then it's.
But I bet the person that does that has 240 milligrams of caffeine at 6 p.m. before they train.
Yeah, and I bet you they're probably like
small,
75 kilos max. Yeah, it's just crazy. Hard. Well, no, the person with the microphone is big.
Yeah,
the followers that then have a smaller microphone.
Yeah,
aren't usually big.
That's fair.
Yeah. And but it's like they're looking. So again, it's like, what's the first domino, right?
So this is an interesting thought that I'm having while we have this conversation. And again, this is not like we're old and we're better. But we are. Yeah. I feel like we search for complexity and difficulty because hard was good. It's like the pendulum swung now that complexity is in simplifying, if that makes sense. Like, how do I make it easier?
I think
because we were like fucking 4 reps, drop sets.
Yeah, I think the message now
bands and all that shit.
I think the message now is you hyper niched, hyper intricate equals more effective in absence of the things that you still should have.
Yeah.
Effort, consistency, strength.
Yeah.
Like, if you take those out, even like proficiency, so learning, moving properly, it doesn't matter what your fucking range of motion is like.
Yeah.
If you don't have those things,
of course,
it doesn't matter.
Have
like,
as much range as you want.
Yeah, and it's like, even if I have like good range of motion, good technique, but it's like, if I'm not training hard enough, like, that's where you look the same, bro. Yeah. Every time you cut down, like,
yeah.
But people think like, oh, because this movement accesses like, it's an S tier. So this is the new thing as well, calling everything like by tiers. So apparently, like, if you just like get extreme like range in the joint, it's an S tier exercise, irrespective of whether it loads the muscle or not. Yeah. So if you're not moving these if you're doing these S tier exercises, but you don't train hard, it's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you're still going to get the gains that you should have and then they look at the person who like maybe just like is a bit of a meathead kind of like, dog style kind of training, like rough around the edges, and they're like, this guy trains like shit. It's like, bro, he's fucking twice the size of you.
Yeah.
Like, where have we lost the clues around like what builds muscle?
Yeah.
It's like we've gone so far down, or it's like, I don't like using his name because I'm not that much of a fan of the work that he does, and it's not anything to do with the actual work. I just don't like the person. But old Jeff Nippard, not a fan. Right? Don't care if anyone shows him that. It's like, he's killing it.
He's
good on him.
Better than us.
Good on him. But I don't like the idea that everything I've seen is like, it's all range of motion and it's all this and everything's like stretch position, whatever. And it's like, we've just never addressed the fact that you look that way because you were like an exceptional powerlifter.
Yeah.
So it's like, when are you going to address the fact that your exceptional baseline of strength and powerlifting is part of the reason you have this awesome physique?
You've trained a lot of people, and I'm training more and more people that have come from a strength sport into physique pursuit. The rate of progress that I see in those types of athletes in physique is insane.
Yeah, because
they can do that.
Yeah.
They can. That stuff actually works. You can give them a cable step up and them actually get not just stability, but actual growth from it. Because they can strong and
isolate
stable.
And work hard.
Like, they can do the fucking thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They can isolate and work hard and use heavy loads.
Yeah.
So they're the 3 things that I said you would need, or proficiency, effort, and loadability, along with the exercise that you've selected to target a muscle across its muscle length. Like, if you get those things right, it's an awesome combo. But what people are doing is going the other way. They're like, I'll use the range of motion, but I won't train too hard because I can't get fatigued.
Get tired,
I can't get. It's like, bro, your body doesn't know what fatigue looks like, man.
Yeah, that's interesting too. Like, now I'm in this like strength into physique loop. I had a guy, spoke to a guy. He's 48. It's like one of my mates in the gym. I didn't realize he was 48 the other day. I would have said like 40, like early 40s.
Yeah,
like, this motherfucker's nearly 50.
Is he a little bit muscular? Is he a little bit muscular? Fountain of youth, man.
Muscular. And he does like 2 like hit days, does high rocks, and then lifts 3 days a week.
Yeah.
I was chatting to him, and he was like, I just can't. The only thing I've lost is I don't have the mongrel to lift heavy all week.
Yeah, fair.
It's like I don't have that anymore. And I was like, it's interesting because I feel like I was doing lat pull downs. I'm like, I spent 5 years mentally getting ready to get under a bar that could kill me. Lat pull down's fucking like going for a walk, bro. Like, it's fine. So it's an interesting shift to see, and I think that's another thing. When you're strong, that fatigue thing, it's like, have you done a single rep that you had to lay down afterwards? Because, like, you saw God, and if you didn't complete the rep, you died. Yeah. Like, after that, it's like, oh, my pecs are burning. Like,
absolutely.
Fucking who cares? Like, the fatigue thing is not...
Yeah, I think most people are, like, what is it? Like, something, like, anyway, I can't, it's something to do with a saddle and a horse, but, like, they're basically thinking that they're experiencing something now that they never have tried to get. Yeah. So it's like they're worrying about being fatigued, and they're worrying about, these things, these negative adaptations that are coming. It's like, how about maybe try and push the limits so you get into a position where you actually train too hard and you might not build any muscle. Yeah. Because I would argue that you wouldn't do that. Like, it wouldn't happen. Yeah. You'd be supporting yourself with nutrition. You would work out that, like, at some point you would need to, like, optimize your training split so you've got enough recovery days, or, you would potentially use a deload week to mitigate those things, and you'll probably just make better progress. Because when you go into the gym, you're actually fucking, like, pushing yourself to the capacity that, like, your body is actually capable of. Like, you're training at the moment with what you think your body's capable of, and you're keeping yourself inside that box in fear of something that you're never going to experience. Like, I just don't, like, I don't want to work with people like that. Yeah. I don't want to work with someone who's, like, thinks that they can shortcut the system. Like, the more knowledge that I got, there was a moment where I was like, oh, well, I'm out-sciencing my body. Yeah. I'm putting tension, and then it's like, didn't make any fucking progress, bro. Like, I felt like I did, and then it's like, what did you do? I just went back to lifting heavy, training hard, and then just making sure that I picked exercises that don't beat up my body. Yeah. And then I just assess your physique. Is it working? Is it not? Do a bit more work here, whatever. And it's like, it just started progressing way more. Yeah. So
it's like the burnout in business thing.
Yeah.
People are so scared of burning out in business, they never work hard enough to burn out.
Absolutely. Yeah. All the balance things, like, never achieve anything just in case I have a life where it's unbalanced, because
correct.
It's like, well, to achieve something,
you might need
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, how do we get this back in 6 minutes? Got you guys. All right.
So we don't sound like just cranky.
Got you guys. So the first bit is, like, to get strong.
Yeah.
Like, get strong. Don't have to become a powerlifter. Don't have to SBD. I would argue that being able to pick things up off the ground, being able to bend over and row things towards you, being able to pull up your own body weight or as close to as possible, being able to squat, with something on your back, I would argue that if you can do that around your body weight or over, and you can do it for reps, you start with one, do it for reps. I think you're in a great spot, for that to translate to your other training, no matter what the exercise is, be it a compound exercise, be it an isolation movement. Train with good technique on all movements, including free weights. It's funny, like Adrian and I were talking about it yesterday. we watch a lot of YouTube, a lot of bodybuilders in YouTube. You look at these phenomenal physiques, and you can see like they've lost. They train on machines so much that their body's actually forgotten how to move in space.
Yeah.
And then you stand someone next to them, and it's like equally phenomenal physique, and they just move like a robot, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I wonder how injured that person gets compared to this one. Like, you know, what their adaptive ceiling is like in terms of their training, just how they feel fucking
Quality
day to day.
of life, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, does one of them like kind of get out of bed like a robot? The other one kind of is a little bit more limber and stuff. So,
It's like, supposed to be the health and fitness industry, right?
Absolutely. So yeah, I think there's just so much benefit to learning how to move in free space with free weights well.
Yeah.
That still translates to the barbell and to the machines and everything in the gym. Because again, I've got about 10 powerlifters moved into bodybuilding, and like they just fucking move so good, man. Like, you know, and it's because they've had to perfect with a heavy load, because you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You can't grind up a 1 RM a lot.
Yeah.
It's usually like got to be in the perfect spot. So
you can't catch them.
No, it's like you can't drop. Oh yeah, I'll just get this on the way up. Like, it's like it has to be perfect. So there's just so much. I've got the body of work. Like I've got proof there, you know, already. And then I'm like, use machines to fill gaps, and when free weights become not worth it, so like you don't have a spot, heavy loadings, comfort, etc. That's when you move a significant portion of your training distribution to machines. But you should still have like some free weights and this and that. Like, I don't know about you, like the amount of times I've got people like, I put like dumbbell rows in their program. They're like, oh no, I'd rather just do a cable and stuff. I'm like, do the dumbbell rows.
Yeah.
Like, please, you want a wider back?
Yep.
Please do the dumbbell rows.
Yeah.
Like, but they're just like, oh, and they just make up this excuse that they found on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what are you supposed to say? Like, you know, if their mentality's not in it for the movement, like they're already not going to train hard. So then you kind of compromise a little bit. But like deep down, I'm like, I just want you to do the dumbbell rows because you will literally expand
better at everything.
Yeah, and you will. It's like the single one exercise I can just hold my like fork in the fucking hill and just be like, you will get wider with this movement. But it's like, oh, it's complicated. It's this. It's too fatiguing. It's whatever. It's like,
it's
come
hard.
on, man.
It's just hard.
Come on, man. Like, what if we didn't have machines?
Yeah.
What if we didn't? Like, I used to train. Maybe that's why, because I trained at like a YMCA that just had like, it was just free weights. But the dumbbells were like cast iron, like welded together like a solid box. Maybe that was why, because we just had
Branch Warren over here.
Just that and a cable, one functional trainer,
a
Smith machine. Everything else was free weights.
So you basically trained at U-Strong.
Basically. Yeah. So maybe that's why.
Which now we're like, we'd never do physique training there.
Yeah. But maybe that's why it's tough now too, though, because like if you walk into a gym, so obviously I'm still playing devil's advocate because I can see where everyone's coming from. Because you go into a gym like Powerhouse Point Cook. What's the fucking point of grabbing a dumbbell? Yeah. You know, when you've got all this other stuff.
Even like when we do our gym excursion stuff, I have stuff in my program that I'm like I have an incline dumbbell press. I'm
you're like,
I'm fucking incline dumbbell press and say, look at all these toys. Yeah, I'm playing with shit.
Yeah, and like gym machines have gone to like the next level as well. So like I'm not just picking a side and like you know, but I'm just seeing so much commonality in the type of person who wants to be big, who wants a muscular physique, who is not happy with the progress that they've gotten from the work that they've put in. Like I said, they've been taking fucking gear and still don't look like they take it. And I'm like, it's because you've been sold just marketing so awesome on the internet. And we just need to peel it back to like the raws of the foundation. It's like, get strong, work hard, work well, like train well, train to failure often. Do some force reps, do some fucking drop sets, like learn what you're capable of, experience fatigue. Yeah. And then from there, we can start to go, right, well, let's start bringing these movements in and picking these divisions of this physique and, you know, starting to work with what we have. And then thinking about rep and reserve and that type of stuff. And then all of a sudden it's like, voila, like we've got this mad groove. And then people look at that person and go, oh, why did Jackson put on 10 kilos in 12 months? Yeah. It's like, because is strong. He works hard. He fucking diligent
Does
with his
all the
nutrition. He's like, we can now have all the information to make the best decision, you know?
So are we now a power building brand? Is that what's just happened?
Because
this is what that is, right?
I feel like we always were.
We just don't brand ourselves as that because we are just like, no, like body composition is strength. But I think in the market right now, this is called power building.
Yeah, I feel like we always were. It's just like you've either done a history of powerlifting and moving to bodybuilding, so you don't need to do that much SBD. But then I'm like, if I use like Brett for example, right? So he just like lost a fucking shit ton of weight. So shout out to Brett.
Fucking unreal, man. So good. 46
kilos I think he's lost in the whole time. Like not just working with us, but I think we were about 26 kilos down together.
Yeah, and we're talking like what, 8%?
Yeah.
Sub 10.
Unrecognizable in terms of like the physique change.
Unreal.
But now I'm like, I don't want to think about a deficit for you for the next forever.
2 years.
Yeah. I'm like, you need to put on some muscle. So then I look at the person and I go, okay, like didn't get the background that we would want to put the size on.
Yeah.
Came to me overweight, needed to get shredded, etc. I'm like, sweet. So now I said to him, I'm like, bro, you got to get strong.
Yeah.
You know, so there it's like reintroduce the barbell. Like not going to SBD. We're going to squat, RDL, and bench.
Yep.
And then
maybe overhead or something.
Yeah, overhead and get some pull-ups going on.
Yeah.
And that's going to be his foundation of strength. And then it's like we're going to supplement around that.
Yeah.
And then we're going to just like as he evolves, as he gets bigger, as we see gaps, we're going to, you know, pick and refine. But that's the perfect example of like if you don't have the background, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Where if you've got the background, like one of my boys who I've been working with for a bit, Logan, like he just jumped from literally like powerlifting peak, like prep.
Yeah.
And then the next week he was with me. I'm like, probably don't need to.
Yeah.
You know, like
you don't need to get stronger,
you
sir.
Squat 200 kilos, bro. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, like So
Josh is a bit the same too.
Yeah. So it's like Josh has 2 sets of quads a week.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like you said at the start, as hard as it is as the coach to like not because we're so far away from where they were, it's like we still have a reference point of what training would look like for that person because we have a training model.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
But it's like, if you don't have a training model,
you just tell other people what you do.
Yeah, and then you just everything's just like fucking range of motion, don't train hard, whatever. It's like there's guys that fucking need to train hard, then train to failure, and train with heavy loads.
It's the CEO that's like, you need to have a 1 hour routine for your morning meditation and steps and stuff.
Literally
like,
would be the guy that like robbed his parents though, like to get ahead. Like,
it
with
was
that
like,
mentality.
I didn't get up at 4 to meditate. I got up at 4 to fucking chew concrete and like start work. You know what I mean? So it's just forgetting how you got where you are.
Yeah. Remember when you said that to Ben in front of like everyone? BPAC is just like, no comment. Because he was telling us like, learn how to put your brakes on. It's like, bro, you had no brakes for like fucking 6 years.
Yeah, man. And it turned out pretty good for you.
Yeah. So mentality shift required. Thing that I just wanted to end on. It's hard. It takes a lot of planning and effort, and you have to show up every day to be in the top 3%. When I say top 3%, so I asked ChatGPT, I'm like, out of all the MRI data that you have, DEXA scan data that we have on the internet, I'm like, what would you consider someone as an exceptional level of muscle mass for their body fat percentage?
Yep.
And I said sub 15% for men, sub 20% for female, and then I just said above their prescribed weight for their height.
So that BMI.
Yeah, correct. And then, so I'm like, if their body fat percentage is low, but their BMI is really high, I'm like, that's an exceptionally muscular person.
Yeah.
It said for females, it's less than 1% of the population on Earth.
Yeah.
And for men, it's 3 to 5%.
Yeah.
So I'm like, here we are, already trying to shortcut something that is the hardest thing to do. So you walk around. No wonder everyone turns their heads when they see an exceptionally large fucking person. Yeah. Because it is just so unnatural to do. And then now we're like, so within that, let's not train to failure. And let's not do this. And let's pick this particular. I'm like, it's already fucking hard, man. Yeah. Like, why are we trying to send the message that we can shortcut this when literally 3% of the world get around like that? Yeah. Like I think the message is getting blurred because of that. Like we're not appreciating what it takes to walk around at an exceptional level of muscle mass.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I wanted to finish with.
I like it.
So yeah.
I don't think we came off too old and grumpy.
Yeah, I feel it was pretty level. Like, as you can see, I'm really passionate about it, but it's only because, like, I just want the best for the people that, like, are either absorbing the content or feel confused, or even are just, like, thinking about, like, what's their next move. It's like, we have a body of work with the method, and I know that I'm confident that I can give someone, or we can give someone, a future in physique development that they get to choose.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like, you get strong, get good at movement, learn how to work hard. Like, the fucking gates are open for you, man.
Yeah.
Have at it, bro. So yeah, I could talk about it forever. But anyway, appreciate the patience for everyone. But I feel like I was pretty level-headed with that. So maybe if you are training and your physique isn't reflecting the work that you're putting in, maybe it's time to rethink it. And as always, like, our DMs are open for questions. Obviously, spots are open for coaching. This isn't a shameless plug to make out as if you're doing something wrong, but we're here to help, and we're good at our job. So if you do need some help, reach out. If you found this episode valuable, really like to hear your feedback from it. As always, if this is you're a repeat listener, show the love, hit that like, share, and follow button on whatever platform you're on. I really appreciate your support, and we'll catch you for another episode.